Hello, good people of the internet. My name is Bubbles, the new kid on the block, but that's not important. Let's cut the chase. BioShock. You love it, your mother loves it, your father loves it, your little sister loves it. Kinda. So, great game, all in all. But I have a confession to make. I have never played the game. Okay. I was young, and the world was scary, and the title said horror, okay? Anyway, since it's summer, and apparently I live on the fucking sun, I thought, why not cool myself off and take a deep dive under the cold, cold sea and redeem myself as a gamer and check out BioShock for myself? And oh boy, what a ride I was in for. Anyway, grab an ice cream, crack open a cold one, and listen while I rant about this wonderful piece of art that is BioShock. If you're like me and lived under a rock, the game takes place in the city of Rapture, which was created by technocrat Elon Musk, Andrew Ryan, who said fuck it and created a new society with blackjack and hookers and absolute freedom. But I'll let Andrew explain it.
I am Andrew Ryan, and I'm here to ask you a question. Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? No, says the man in Washington, it belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow, it belongs to everyone. I rejected those answers. Instead, I chose something different. I chose the impossible. I chose Rapture. A city where the artist would not fear the censor, where the scientist would not be bound by petty morality, where the great would not be constrained by the small. And with the sweat of your brow, Rapture can become your city as well.
And Jack, the protagonist of the game, got to this wonderful capitalist paradise by accident. Except it's not paradise. It's hell! And something is very fishy here. What are the odds of this? Surviving a plane crash, finding a lighthouse in the middle of the sea, and then boom! Rapture. We find out that the citizens of the city went mad, and I mean real mad. But no worries, we have a buddy Atlas who helps us, and in return we help him. Kind of a quid pro quo. So, BioShock takes place in the 60s, as you can tell, and the atmosphere of the game is just noise. No, not just noise. It's magical. I was genuinely stunned. I mean, look at this. No, just look. Can you feel the art-deco? Can you smell the mixture of cigarettes and salt water in the air? Yep, me too. To be fair, I haven't played many horror games because I'm a scaredy cat. And also, I don't like jump scares. Because for me, it's kind of a cheap trick. And I know. There are plenty of examples of games doing it right. But it's not for me, okay? I don't have that many pairs of underwear. What I love in a game is immersion and control. And a good twist that gives you that what the fuck feeling. More on that later. And BioShock does not disappoint. And to be fair, I shat my pants a few times. But no. Not because of monsters jumping on me. Okay, sometimes yes. But most of the time, I was scared in a different way. I never felt safe, and I never knew what lay behind the corner and what twisted madness was waiting for me on the other side. The music and the sound design and the voice acting are top-notch. and it's an essential part of this game, in my opinion. Which is right! The clanging of the pipes, the echoes of abandoned hallways. It's terrifying. Not to mention the crazed splicers clinging to the last bit of humanity left in them all around the city, singing and chilling and basically having a great time.
Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong. They are weak, but he is strong.
Gameplay-wise, it's fairly simple. Shooty shooty boom boom, with a lot of exploring. Basically, it's a well-designed maze, where it was a delight being lost. I found myself running around in circles and I didn't notice it. You know why? No. Not because I was drunk or high, because the level design were so well made. Every little corner had a story to tell. You could find all around the map these little diaries deepening Rapture's lore. Also, sometimes they tell information about a hidden room and so on and so forth. Combat-wise, it's fairly simple. Kill the splicers on your way to the current objective. But there's a catch. Resources are scarce. Hey, it's a dystopia after all. So I chose the smart way. Choosing my battles, preparing, sneaking, using my environment. I frequently hacked the security cameras and bots, vending machines. The hacking is this fun minigame from our childhood. You know, the maze and the water pipes and whatnot. And yeah, we have vending machines. The classic buy bullets, health kits, genetic reworking juice, which you have to stab into yourself with a totally safe looking syringe.
Steady now. Your genetic code is being rewritten. Just hold on and everything will be fine.
Ah, yes. I almost forgot. The little sisters and their big daddies. Yeah, about them and the random genetic manipulations. So, the scientists of Rapture discovered ahem, which is harvested from sea slugs, but actually, you also need little girls, better yet, orphan girls, to pump up that plasmid production. So, the way this works is, the sea slugs give ahem, and if you implant the sea slugs into the little girls, it will yield much more juice, and that juice is refined into the plasmid. Got it? Got it? Good. Also, the sea slugs leech onto the girls, and if you remove the slugs, the host dies. Simple enough. And the side effects of the plasmids may include glowing veins, nausea, deformation, hallucination, psychosis, spontaneous combustion, sticking to yourself, and of course, superpowers!
Plasmids are highly addictive and may cause irreversible personality loss. For more information, contact your doctor, pharmacist, or nearest deranged splicer.
So that explains a lot. But what about the big kahunas, aka the big daddies? Well, since plasmids are the new rage and everyone is hooked on them, and you know, the classic supply and demand concept and the classic addiction stuff, you need to protect your factory, your moolah-giving machine. Hence, the big daddies, who are a bitch to kill. And if you bring down one of those monsters, you have a lovely moral choice. Nothing special. Do you harvest? That means kill the little sisters, or do you rescue them? But that's not that simple with BioShock. It's not just about good and bad, it's about freedom. It's about choice. Let's look first at the man, the myth, the legend, Andrew Ryan, the creator of Rapture, the embodiment of objectivism, capitalism, and freedom. He wanted a society where there is no fear of God or government, a free city where you are worth what you make without any shackles. The man who lives for himself, so to speak. Let's see how that worked out. Spoiler alert, it didn't. But is it even possible? I mean, is it possible to achieve absolute freedom? Or are we, as humans, a lost cause? On the other side of the coin, we have Frank Fontaine. Basically, a former citizen of Rapture, a smuggler of the usual bad stuff. But then he hit the jackpot. He used his money to build an underground empire and manipulated the addicted city dwellers to his advantage. Sometimes he gave structure and purpose to the disillusioned population, but most of the time he was selfish. He used power for the sake of power. In my humble opinion, he was the inescapable human nature, or rather the embodiment of it. If there is no government, no God, nothing to hold you back, then why not fully live for yourself? The perfect human according to Andrew. But is there such a thing as a perfect human? Yep. Here he is, everyone. He lives for himself and only himself. And last but not least, Atlas. Our buddy, the will of the people. By the time we meet him, he just wants to get out of this hellhole. He's a nice fellow. Always nice.
Now, would you kindly find a crowbar or something? Now, would you kindly head to Ryan's office and kill the son of a bitch?
Atlas is the representation of the working Joe. We can all fantasize about a perfect society, but if 2020 taught us anything, it's that you can't run a society on ideas alone. You need workers, people who actually work and do the mundane stuff. You need truck drivers, cashiers, farmers, and so on. You get the picture. And if 2020 taught us to respect those people, the real MVPs, it also taught us that they are always on the short end of the stick. Atlas is just that. The representation of the real struggle and the voice of many. Of course, he is disillusioned now and wants to get out. But who wouldn't in this hellscape? In this wonderful loopy land, we have a platter of deep and meaningful characters. Just to name a few, the mad doctor who is obsessed with beauty, the crazed artist who can't tell art from life. You get the picture. If you know, you know. If you play, you'll see. I don't want to spoil too much, but the game has been out for many years now. Fuck, I'm old. But where are we? The player. Jack, the protagonist, the guy who decides what ending the game has. Because you have 3 endings. Good, bad, neutral. And does it count? I mean, it's just well-animated, pre-programmed pixels doing the things that they were supposed to do. So, does anything matter? The game heavily emphasizes choice and free will. Because as the old saying goes, a man chooses, a slave obeys. But if Rapture showed us anything, is that there is no such thing as total freedom. Rapture is what it is. A mirror to a man's vision. A mirror to us all. A mirror for humanity. You know, the basics. So yeah, that's my take on BioShock. It was a wonderful yet terrifying experience with more than one moment of "What the fuck?" I was dumb for not playing it sooner. But yeah, it is what it is. Also, I played this in 2025 and the game was made in 27. And it still holds up. More than you could imagine. With gene editing, or better yet, CRISPR. How do you pronounce this fucking shit?
CRISPR.
Around the corner. Tech billionaires doing whatever the fuck they want. AI versus man. Heck, man versus man. Right versus left. We are more divided than ever, and yet it feels like we have more freedom than ever. It's like BioShock wasn't just a game. Maybe it was a prophecy, delivered with a wrench to the face. So yeah, a huge congrats to the developers of making a timeless classic that is BioShock. If you haven't played it, you should. You can grab the game for a few bucks right now, since it's summer sale at the time. I wouldn't miss out if I were you. And don't worry about the specs. Your PC will probably run it. Every time I turn on my PC, I have to pray to the Omnissiah and ease the raging machine spirit. So, you'll be fine. In the meantime, thanks for watching. I hope it was fun. Please tell me in the comments, What are your thoughts? Have you played the game? Will you play the game? What was your first impression of this masterpiece? And of course, would you kindly subscribe and like this video?